So here, as you can see, Racing Studios have released their latest version of the Formula Hybrid this year for the 2023, and I decided, it's the weekend, we're gonna buy and take a quick look. And first impressions, I must say, it's definitely worth the €3, and you're helping out a bunch of developers that in my opinion have made very quality mods in the past, and they continue to do so, impressing me pretty much every single mod they release. As you can see earlier in the video, there were 24 skins that it comes with, of 12 teams. Obviously eventually they're kind of come out with the replica liveries from the real world, like your Red Bulls and your Ferraris and whatnot. But here, as you can see, we're just taking a quick look around the vehicle, and I must say it resembles a Red Bull with the engine cover and the undercutting side pods, and taking a little bit of inspiration from Ferrari with their kind of like vented side pods and whatnot. So usually what I do with new cars is I kind of just like to take a look at the setups, and one big change I noticed, and it was mentioned in the car manual, was the fact that instead of the traditional wing angles, you have a rear wing preset, like a downforce preset. And as you can see in the background here, there's a high downforce setting as shown here, a medium downforce, and a low downforce setting. So a pretty cool addition, and it changes the car visually, which I think is a very, very cool thing from Racing Studio. One thing that I would like to show is the effect that has on the car's top speed here. So here in an empty world session here, first with the high downforce setting, turn the battery off, only running on the motor alone, hitting about 290 without the battery, and eventually with the DRS open you reach 315, 316 with the high downforce wing. And in the next clip we're just going to show the medium setting, and as you can see, reaching 323, so a bit faster. And then here with the low downforce setting, what you'll notice is that the top speed without DRS on the low downforce setting is as high as the medium downforce setting with the DRS open. So it'd be quite interesting to see what the dynamic is when it comes to making setups, like at tracks like Monza. Obviously the top speed gain is quite drastic here, but then you might run into the kind of compromise whether you want to actually gain time in the corners or gain time on the straights. So it'd be quite interesting to see down the line what kind of compromise we reach. One thing you also may notice is that the sound sounds very distinctly from Red Bull. Had a quick chat in the Discord that Racing Studio has, and they've mentioned that the sound is directly inspired by the Red Bull, hence why it sounds like a Red Bull. Personally, I like the decision. It sounds like a pretty gnarly car, but that's enough of the straight line stuff. Let's just see what it feels like around the track. So did a couple laps around Red Bull Ring, because obviously it sounds like Red Bull. I'll just let the video run in the background and see what you guys think. Rounding the final corner, lap time is going to be a 1:05.6. Not exactly setting the timing charts alight, so to speak, but I must say the car feels very, very settled. And here I'm just about to do a practice start, and you can see just the acceleration from first gear and like going through the gears is very, very satisfying, especially when you get it right. I'll probably release a video on how to do a standing start, but like I mentioned, car feels very, very settled. Even on the low downforce settings, like here in Monza, car feels very, very settled, especially when the downforce kicks in. One thing I did notice was that there's a bit of slip angle that you could kind of feel on the low downforce setting, which is quite cool because on the older versions of the mods, like especially in 2021 and last year's version even, what I did notice was that sometimes when you get a little bit of slip angle, the outside tire kind of just overheats, and then it starts to slip like crazy, and then you'll lose a ton of grip for the next few corners. So here on Monza, low downforce setting, as you can see, the car is sliding around a lot, but as you can see in the tire temperatures, it's not skyrocketing like it used to, which is quite a welcome change. It would be interesting to see what the car feels like when we kind of trim back the downforce setting. But overall, car is very, very, very stable on the default setup, especially. Very nice to drive, and I personally don't have any complaints running the vehicle. About to do another hot lap, so I'm going to mute myself again and let you guys enjoy the next hot lap.
Fantastic, well done, brilliant drive, that's a world record. That lap's not going to count, a track cut has been detected.
So rounding parabolically here, it's going to be a nice 121.4. Obviously we invalidated when we ran a little wide in Ascari, but overall a pretty good lap. And just to kind of show my point about the whole slip angle thing, just here in chase cam here going through Ascari, kind of hard to tell, but I must say it's kind of something that you have to feel by actually driving the car. It's something that I haven't really felt with the open wheelers, but I feel like it's something that should happen, especially with the low profile tires. So kudos to Sim Studios for again making an amazing mod. Well, if I had a sentence to sum up the 2023 Sim Studios car, I have to say it looks like a Red Bull, sounds like a Red Bull, drives like a Red Bull, and probably just like real life, this thing is a rocket ship and it's plentiful fun to drive. If you haven't already, definitely check them out, and like I mentioned, the €3 you're paying for this mod is well worth it. You'll definitely get more than €30 worth of fun out of it. If you enjoyed this quick video from me, I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, and definitely leave a comment while you're at it. Let me know how you guys feel about the car. I already have a few videos planned, and I plan to release them in the upcoming few weeks. If I don't see you in the videos, I'll definitely see you guys on track. Have fun with the mod if you guys already have it, and I wish you guys all the best. Take care.